Hi there, this is Nadya Gill and I'm a persistent action taker, and today I would like to talk to you about why you should always get paid upfront in your business. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is that I see many startups who don't really consider this aspect in the very early stages of starting their business. And this may be because they start their business in an industry that they know the best, they have the most experience of, they have the most connections in, which are all very good reasons to start a business in that industry, especially if it is your calling and this is the business that you passionately want to do. It's really the best scenario. But what I find, for example, in my case, where at some point I realized I wanted to do business, but I had no idea which business I want to do. So I actually started researching different business models and comparing them and thinking, if I'm going to learn a business from scratch, which business do I actually want to be in the long term? That would be scalable and profitable and enjoyable for me to be in. And so what I found was that actually digital products was the thing that I wanted to promote, really, because digital products, they don't have a physical product, so you don't have to worry about storing them safely, securely, taking up real estate and shipping and all those damage and related returns. You just, when you get paid by the customer, you release the electronic version of the product to them. And I think it's just amazing. It's like magic. I don't know where the products come from. I'm not an IT person, and they just, when I need them, there you go. And as many customers as you may have, it's not that hard to increase the quantity of your products rapidly. So for the experience that I had in my career was in the construction industry. So I can share my knowledge about the construction industry and why it's not really a good model to become a startup in. For example, if I followed my experience and started a construction company, this is the headaches that I would face. First of all, you need to have a very good financial backing before you can even consider to enter this industry. So that is a very high barrier to entry, and I think it's not for good reasons. See, when you get a project through tender or whatever method you acquire this project, and you start to work on it, you may be paid a little bit money in the beginning for your insurance preliminaries, so depending on the contract terms. And then you start to work. So the first month you put in resources, you put in your cash, and you do some work. And at the end of this month, the consultant, the client, the developer, somebody will come to site, they will check, they will have an inspection of the work you have done, the quantity of it, the quality of it. Then they will go back, they will evaluate it, maybe they will have a discussion with you about the work that was actually done and to their satisfaction or not. And then when everybody's satisfied, they will submit your interim payment for payment processing, and then the payment will take time to process depending how many parties there are in the project, depending the size of the organization. It just depends really how lucky you are. But it can be months from the time that you put in the money to do the work until the time you actually get paid that money. So you have to keep in mind that the project is ongoing and you can't just pause and wait for the money, because if you're late, there will be penalties. So the second month you put in more resources and do more work that goes through the same process at the end of the second month, and the third month you do the same. And you keep doing it, and the amount of capital invested by the contractor into the project grows towards the end of the project. And at the end of the project, you have the final account, which nobody usually agrees on the first time. So then again, you have to negotiate the final account and discuss and count, calculate, do the quantities, do the qualities, do the defects. Yeah, and this also can drag on for some time until you actually get that big lump sum of money at the end. And to make things even more interesting, you then have the defect liability period, where 5 to 10% of the money of the contract sum will be retained for a period of usually a year, or it can be agreed between the parties. So for that year, the money is kept because the client will call you back in case they find any defects with your work, and if they don't find any defects, they will release the money to you at the end of that period. So then again, there's another impact on your cash flow. So how are you supposed to go out there and engage in more new, bigger projects? And this is why I think the construction model is not a very scalable one, because you really need a large amount of cash in order to make it scalable. So this is why I decided to persevere and understand how these digital marketing products work, so that I could market them and scale my business anytime I wanted to. And I hope you found this video helpful, and you have a productive day. So like, subscribe, and ask me any questions below. I would like to talk more about construction if you're interested at all. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.